Greetings! Manta79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, up to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm gimmicking one for is a Stoicheia's Grand March of Full Bloom Lianorn D-BT07. Alrighty, let's get started. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu, and like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Stoicheia's Grand March of Full Bloom Lianorn deck, made of cards only available up until D-BT07. Okie dokie, let's get started. Selecting filter settings, going to pack, show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis the 5 Greats, D-BT2, Bruship Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Sharpton of Brave Heroes, Festival Booster 2021, Festival Booster 2022, Promo Pack number 1, D-BT6 Blazing Dragon Reborn, and D-BT7 Raging Flame against Emerald Storm. Pack selected, apply filters, filters applied, let's get started. First up, the right deck. And now for the right deck. For the cards in this right deck we are playing, right deck, Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn. Skills, first skill, actions of Vanguard once per turn. Cost, Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, draw a card. Choose a card from hand, call it to radar circle or discard it. Second skill, Auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost, Soul Blast 1. And discard a card from hand. If the cost is paid, boost this unit with all of your back row standing units with boost. If you boosted this unit with 3 or more units, this unit gets drive +1 to end the battle. At the end of the battle, choose 2 of your back row rear guards and stand them. Already, the Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn, we have 1 the right deck. Next up, the Grade 2. Right deck, Grade 2, Brilliant Tune, Rectina. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is rolled upon by a unit with Lianorn in its card name. Cost, Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a Great 1 or less card from drop, call it to radar circle. Second skill, Continuous as a rear guard. If your back row has 3 or more rear guards, this unit gets boost. Okie dokie, Grade 2, Brilliant Tune, Rectina. We have 1 the right deck. Next, right deck, Grade 1, Budding of Pleasant Sounds, Gracia. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Brilliant Tune Rectina, you may call this card to rear guard circle. Second skill, Continuous as a rear guard. During the battle, this unit boosted a Vanguard. This unit gets plus 5,000 power. And affirmative, the Great 1, Budding of Pleasant Sounds, Gracia, we have 1 the right deck. And finally, right deck, Grade 0, announcing Wind of Spring, Corfi, starting unit. Skill, Auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. Confirm, Grade 0, announcing Wind of Spring, Corfi, starting unit, we have 1 the right deck. With that, we've covered the deck's right deck. Next, let's get on to the Grade 3 lineup. And now for the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn. Since we explained this card's skills and effects during the right deck portion of the video, we just skip ahead. The Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn, we have 3 in the main deck. Next, the Grade 3, Resonance Dragon. Skills, first skill, Continuous as a rear guard. If your units boost a total of 3 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Second skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit attacks a Vanguard. If you have a Vanguard of Lianorn in its card name, and your units boosted a total of 5 or more times this turn, cost, Counterblast 1, and put this unit into Soul. If the cost is paid, choose 1 of your rear guards and stand it. Already, the Grade 3, Resonance Dragon, we have 4 in the deck. And here we have the Grade 3, Normal Order, Sympathize, DB. Skill, Order, play the cost up, Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, draw a card, choose a card from hand, call to radar circle or discard it. If you called a card, until end of turn, that called unit cannot attack, and it gets plus 10,000 power. Okie dokie, the Grade 3, Sympathize, DB, we have 2 in the deck. With that, we covered the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 2 lineup. And now for the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn. Since we explained this card's skills and effects during the Riot deck portion of the video, we just skip ahead. The Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn, we have 3 in the main deck. Next, the Grade 3, Resonance Dragon. Skills, first skill, continuous as a rear guard. If your unit boosted a total of 3 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Second skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit attacks a Vanguard. If you have a Vanguard of Lianorn in its card name, and your units boosted a total of 5 or more times this turn, cost counterblast 1 and put this unit into soul. If the cost and pay, choose one of your rear guards and stand it. Alrighty, the Grade 3 Resonance Dragon, we have 4 in the deck. And here we have the Grade 3 Normal Order Sympathize DB. Skill Order, play with cost up, counterblast 1. If the cost and pay, draw a card, choose a card from hand, call to rear circle or discard it. If you called a card, until end of turn, that called unit cannot attack, and it gets plus 10,000 power. Okie dokie, the Grade 3 Sympathize DB, we have 2 in the deck. With that, we covered the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 2 lineup. And now for the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 2 Festoso Dragon. Skill Auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard of Lianorn in its card name, cost counterblast 1. If the cost and pay, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 Grade 3 or less card from among them, call to rear guard circle. It gets boost until end of turn, and discard the rest. Alrighty, the Grade 2 Festoso Dragon, we have 2 in the deck. With that, we've covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 1 lineup. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 1 Lively Rhythm Biara. Skill Auto as a rear guard. When this unit is boosted, unit hits a Vanguard. Cost, put a Grade 2 or less card from hand into soul. If the cost and pay, draw a card. Alrighty, the Grade 1 Lively Rhythm Biara, we have 3 in the deck. Next, the Grade 1 Performing Pedal Dianta. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard circle from hand, if your Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, cost counterblast 1. If the cost and pay, choose a Grade 3 or less card from drop, call to rear guard circle. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have 2 or more Grade 1 or less units in your back row rear guard, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Okie dokie, Grade 1 Performing Pedal Dianta, we have 4 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 1 Congratulatory Performance Silkius. Skill Auto as a rear guard. When this unit boosts a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost and pay, choose one of your opponent's Grade 2 or greater rear guards not being attacked, move it to Guardian Circle. And if you could not move any units, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Affirmative, the Grade 1 Congratulatory Performance Silkius. We have 2 in the deck. Next, the Grade 1 Ensemble of Smiles, Amelie. Skill Auto as a rear guard. When this unit boosts, if you have other Grade 1 or less rear guards, this unit gets plus 2,000 power until end of battle. Then, if it boosted a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If the cost and pay, draw a card. Confirm, Grade 1 Ensemble of Smiles, Amelie. We have 3 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 1 Marching Debut, Curate. Skill continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have 3 or more Grade 1 or less rear guards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Alright, the Grade 1 Marching Debut, Curate. We have 3 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 1 Custodial Dragon, Sentinel Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units. It cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from hand and discard it. And okay, the Grade 1 Custodial Dragon. We have 3 in the deck. Next, the Grade 1 Blitz Order, Elementary Sanctitude. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementary Sanctitude deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard is triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Place the cost up, discard a card from hand if your Vanguard is Grade 3 or less. If the cost and pay, choose one of your units. It cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. And affirmative, the Grade 1 Elementary Sanctitude. We have 1 in the deck. With that, we've covered the deck's Grade 1 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 0 lineup. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck we are playing, Grade 0, Source Dragon and D-BT Blessings, Bless Favor, Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Draw a card. Choose one of your units, it gets +1 critical until end of turn. All of your front row units gets plus 10,000 power. If your damage zone is the same number of cards as your opponents or more, choose a card from your damage zone and heal it. Alrighty, the Grade 0, Source Dragon, D-BT Blessings, Bless Favor, Overtrigger, we have 1 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Melodia, Palmera, critical trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Aspiring Maiden, Alana, critical trigger, skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Okie dokie, Grade 0, Aspiring Maiden, Alana, critical trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 0, Frenzied Heiress, front trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. Affirmative, Grade 0, Frenzied Heiress, front trigger, we have 3 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 0, Zycephalia Fairy Asher, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle is its second attack this turn or more. Confirm, Grade 0, Zycephalia Fairy Asher, heal trigger, we have 2 in the deck. And finally, the Grade 0, Alchemic Hedgehog, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is put in Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Alright, the Grade 0, Alchemic Hedgehog, heal trigger, we have 2 in the deck. With that, we've covered the deck's trigger lineup. And if that deck's been built, card is explained. For the cards in this deck we are playing, 4 Grade 3, Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn. 4 Grade 3, Resonance Dragon. 2 Grade 3, Sympathize DB. 1 Grade 2, Brilliant Tomb Rectina. 2 Grade 2, Festoso Dragon. 1 Grade 1, Budding of Pleasant Sounds, Gracia. 3 Grade 1, Lively Rhythm, Biaria. 4 Grade 1, Performing Petal, Dianta. 2 Grade 1, Congratulatory Performance, Sucuse. 3 Grade 1, Ensemble of Smiles, Amelie. 3 Grade 1, Marching Debut, Purit. 3 Grade 1, Custodial Dragon. 1 Grade 1, Elementary Sanctitude. 1 Grade 0, Announcing Wind of Spring, Corpy, starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck we are playing, 1 Source Dragon, D-BT Blessings, Bless Favor, Overtrigger. 8 critical triggers. 3 front triggers. And 4 heal triggers. With that, the deck's been built, card is explained. Next, let's get on to testing out the deck. And here we are in the main menu. Going to test out the deck, so selecting Fight menu. Going to CPU Fight. Selecting the deck I just showcased to you, the Stoicheias. Grand March of Full Bloom, Lianorn, D-BT07 deck. Alrighty, the deck all looks fine from here. Selecting the deck, choosing my opponent for this fight. For the opponent I'm going to test it out on, Dragon Empires, Yu Yu Kondo, normal difficulty, and click. The battle begins. Let's get started. And here we're in the fight. Unuzahi goes first, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock to rock, one more time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper to rock, I lose. I win, going first. Our starting hands, I got myself a Purette, a Biaria, a Resonant Dragon, and 2 heal triggers. Holding on to all normal units, redrawing triggers, redraw. Critical and a great one, not too bad. My turn, first, I right from the right deck, Budding of Pleasant Sounds, Gracia. Right deck cost, I am discarding, let's see, who'd be a good choice? My Grade 2 skill, I can Superior Call a Great One from drop, so No, I can still go all in, so I have a front trigger. I'm gonna be superior calling my Great One right deck card later, so hold on to all normal units, discarding critical trigger, and right, Gracia. That's it for my turn. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. He rides the Great One, Blaze Maiden Reno. He calls the back row, Nirin, and front row to Tenji. 14k, 16k the Vanguard. No guard, taking it. He drive checks. No trigger, Virina. 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. No trigger. Here comes 8k from Tenji. No guard, taking it. Ow. Damage check. No trigger, Great One. Ah, not good. 2 of these Great Ones. End of their turn, my turn. Draw. I ride from the right deck. Brilliant Tune Rectina. Right deck cost I'm discarding. I have 2 copies of Resonance Dragon. Discard the extra copy. Right, Rectina. Skill of Budding of Pleasant Sounds. Gracia skill. Superior call her to the back row. I call her to, let's see. I have 3 more Great Ones, so where should I call Gracia? You know what, just call her the center column. And to the front row, I am calling... I am gonna call to the front row, Purit. And to the other front row, Biaria. Call. That should do it. To the battle phase we go. First, Biaria attacks the rear guard, Tenji. 8k to 8k. The attack goes through. And boom! 1 less rear guard to worry about. Now, here comes my Purette to Vanguard. 13k. The attack goes through. Boom! 1 damage. Damage check. Ah, critical trigger. Lucky him. All effects to Vanguard. Then, boosted by Gracia. Go, Rectina. 18k. Rectina skill plus 5,000. 23k. Drive check. No trigger. Great One. So 1 damage. And... boom! Damage check. No trigger. Tenji. 1 less card to worry about. End of my turn. My opponent's turn. Here comes the Great 2, Ryu, Skill of Reno, Superior Call Trickstar from deck. He's gonna overdress that Virina from earlier. Yep, he called it. And calling Great 2, Teresa, and Great 1, Mirin. 16k from this side, No guard, gonna take it. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Ah, come on, no trigger again. Here comes 16k, 18k, no guard, gonna take it. He drive checks. No trigger, safe, 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. Ah, no trigger, come on, 4 checks in a row. Here comes Virina for Overdress skill, 20k to Vanguard. Is he gonna Soul Blast? He Soul Blast, retiring 1 of my Great Ones. And I still have 4 heal triggers. Do I guard or not guard? Only 2 cards in hand, but 2 damage. I'm gonna risk it. No guard. Ow! Damage check. Ah, no trigger. Come on. 5 checks in a row. No triggers. No triggers. Come on, draw. Perfect guard. Not too bad. I arrive from the right deck. Grand March of Full Bloom. Lianorn. Discarding the extra copy of Secuse in my hand. Discard. Ride Lianorn. Skill of my Rectina. I'm gonna Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast and Superior Call Great One from Drop Zone. I Superior Call my Biaria to rear guard. And call. Then I'm going to move Biaria to the back row and activate my Lianorn skill, Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast and draw a card. Draw. Ah, heal trigger now of all times, come on. Then I'm gonna call Resonance Dragon to the rear guard. Hold on, and... Yep, just gonna call Resonance Dragon to rear guard, call. Then I call Secuse to rear guard, call. That should do it. To the battle phase we go. Then, unboosted, my Lianorn attacks the Vanguard. Lianorn skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and discard a card. I discard Heal Trigger, Alchemic Hedgehog. Power boosting all back row units. Powering up to the rear guards. The attack goes through. Twin Drive, first check. Yes, front trigger, just what I needed. Power to the front row. Second check. No trigger, another resonance. 1 damage, third check. No trigger. And boom, 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger, safe. Then skill of Biaria. I move. Let's see, I can take any great. Biaria skill lets me to any great 2 or less card from hand into soul. Then I'm going to move the great 1, Purette, into soul. Into soul and draw a card. Critical trigger. Lianorn skill. Restand the 2 rear guards in my back row, left and right. Then boosted by Secuse. Purette attacks the Vanguard. 28k. The attack goes through. And boom! 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger. Safe. Then, boosted by Biaria. Go! Resonance Dragon. 36k. The attack goes through. Boom! 1 damage. Damage checked. No trigger. Safe. And now, Resonance Dragon skill. Hold on. Not gonna activate Biaria's skill this time. Just gonna activate my Resonance Dragon skill. Counter Blast. Counter Blast and into soul. Restand rear guard. I restand Purette. Purette to Vanguard, 23k. Guarding with 5k shield and double intercept. 25k. He just barely blocked it. He only has 1 card left in hand, and end of my turn, my opponent's turn. Here comes the Grade 3 Chakrabarti Divine Dragon, Nirvana. Skill of his Grade 2, adding Virina to hand. He adds 1 to hand, and Nirvana skill, discard a card. Superior Call, Trickstar. Overdress to Virina. 13k, 19k to Vanguard. He activates Vanguard's skill to power up his front row. 29k. Better plate safe. I'm gonna perfect guard with Custodial Dragon. Custodial skill. Discarding. Critical trigger Alana. Discard. First check. Perfect guard. No, not good. Second check. Front trigger. Lucky him. Power to the front row. And Kachink. Safe. Here comes Virina. Overdress skill. 10k, 40k to Vanguard. So, guarding with 2 copies of Frenzy Eris. Guard. 53k. Blocked it. Kachink. Safe. End of opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. I'm gonna skip the right phase, the main phase. Activating Lianorn skill. Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast and draw a card. Anything but a trigger. Over trigger. You gotta be kidding me. Fine, then I'm gonna call Resonance Dragon to rear guard. Call. That should be enough, I think. Yep, that should be enough. Going to battle phase. Hold on. Yep, that should be it. Go to battle phase. Vanguard unboosted attacks the Vanguard. 13k. Skill of Lianorn. Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast and discarding Dianta from hand. Boosting of all of my back row units. Total 34k. 39k. Skill of Secuse. Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast and Force Virina to the Guardian Circle. Perfect guard. No cost perfect guard. Then triple drive. First check. Yes, front trigger. Just what I needed. Power to the front row. And second check. No trigger. Perfect guard. Not too shabby. The third check. Come on. Great one. The attack may have failed, but now here comes Lianorn's skill. Restanding all of my back row units in the left and right column. These two restand. Now, boosted by Succuse. Go, Purette to Vanguard. 28k. The attack goes through, and boom! Damage check. No trigger, perfect guard, safe, 6 damage, I win. That was a pretty nerving fight. Despite some really bad luck in the damage checks early in the game, I still managed to get the cards I need to make this deck work and eke out a win, so I got win, attack 40 more power, perfect guarded, 6 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 800 VP, total 608,825 VP. Pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning back to the fight menu. Here we are in the fight menu, leaving fight menu, going back to main menu. Here we are in the main menu to edit deck menu. With that deck built, Cardfight explained, and I just finished testing deck on front of you, so first I want to say is thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I'll also be able to show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say goodbye.